My name is Hanna. I come from Norway, but I work at Maxxton as a security officer. And as I mentioned earlier, we are very lucky to have Asma with us today from the Software Improvement Group.
Yeah, so I'm a security consultant. I also do research in AI for Software Improvement Group. So as a company, we are mostly we're looking at metrics to improve software, and more specifically software quality. And software quality is very wide and very big and scary. So you have your maintainability, so how easy can you change your code? But of course, security is also one of the quality aspects. The same way that you want a secure car, you also would want a secure software landscape. So today we are going to dive into, if you have a security vulnerability, what happens? And certainly your response time is very important with that. So also that's why the title is chosen like this. So let's start off with the index. So we're going to look at how do we achieve security? What is security? Everyone has his own definition, but for this presentation I would like to have a baseline, so everyone has the same understanding. Then we look at our value chain. Software is not an isolated island, not off-grid like this building, but it is interconnected with multiple facets. And then what does happen when you have a vulnerability? How should you act? When should you act? Should you act? That's all the questions you're going to answer in the next that part. The security trends, slide deck about security is never complete without security trends. And then AI, because today you cannot have a slide deck without AI, of course. So first part, how to achieve security. Security we can divide in 3 aspects. So first you have your threats. What is threatening you? You have to know what the risks are to be able to find your mitigations. And these mitigations will help you prevent the threats occurring. But you want to have it as a standard. So not each time you see something, you act. It's very reactive. It works sometimes. But oftentimes you would like to have something consistent and always present, and that's your requirements. So that's how the system should always behave. And that's how you're going to achieve security overall. So now we have the definition. Am I saying something completely new? Or were you guys like aware of this? I see no response, so I think. Yeah, okay. Okay. Is this completely new? Does this fit your overall definition of security? We are securing, and it can be anything. It can be applied to software, to this building, to your phone, to any asset that you have. And that's where I'm going to go next. Your ecosystem. It can be anything. And your ecosystem, it has a certain layout. It has a certain functionality, and it has a certain value. So first of all, you need to know what your assets are. What are the most important things of your ecosystem, and what are the things that are worth protecting? If you know that, then you know what might possibly be being taken advantage of. Then your architecture. What does it look like? Because depending on how your architecture looks like, or how the thing is that you want to protect looks like, you might want to have a different approach to defending it. Then we have specifically, this is about a system. System can also be applied to anything. You want to have an identification of its functionality. How does it behave? Because behavior is the key thing in security. So if you type in a random password and it says like, hey, you've written text, it should be okay. And now we have access to certain resources as a behavior to implement. Then the threats. So you know the assets, you know what's going to be targeted, you know how it looks like, you know how it behaves. Now you also know what aspects from the outside world would try to kind of get to it. And then, because you have a whole list, you want to have a structure in that. By structuring that, you will also have a certain grouping of things that you can do, and then you can also have a more holistic way of securing things. And all these things are going to be part of an assessment. So each threat is going to have a different impact. So there you have to going to decide, like, is it worth it to look at it, yes or no? Is it worth to invest into it to secure it, yes or no? And all that information you're going to collect together, and that's going to be your requirement set. So requirements can be set for anything that you're building, buying, or that you're continuously using.